Hey guys, this is V-Ray91, and with the new episode almost here, in fact, Tuesday we are supposed to have it, I decided to do my top 5 predictions for episode 2. Now, these are basically just speculation. Some of them have evidence to back them up, but just know this is basically just speculation. I could be wrong about all, right about some, speculation. Okay, let's start with an easy one. Number 5, the school forgave AJ. Now, this one is probably one backed by the most evidence because that scene between AJ and Clem that they showed actually shows that the school has kind of become their home. So and AJ's like wearing different clothes. So this is probably after a certain amount of time. I'm not sure how much time, but it kind of shows that the students have probably forgave AJ for killing Marlon. Maybe they understood, I don't know. Maybe they kind of just, because he's a kid. I don't know. But it seems like that's pretty obvious that they have forgiven him. Okay, number 4. Raiders versus the school. That's my prediction. We're going to have a scene where the children are fighting the Raiders. I just think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to try to maybe save Sophie and Minnie, who I believe are alive. And I think they're just going to have this huge fight scene. They'll probably end up getting captured because they're kids. But I predict that we're going to have a Raiders versus the school moment in this episode. Okay, number 3. Now we're getting a little bit more bold here with less evidence to support these. Lily will be a choice on whether she's an antagonist or not. Now, I understand that they're definitely going through the antagonist route with her. I think even though they are going the antagonist route with her, that if you, given the right choices, you can probably kind of turn Lily over. I just feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like even if it's one of those things where at the end she kind of sacrifices her life to save Clem or something like that, at the end, at the very end, she just makes a turnaround. I just feel like there's not much hate between those two. I don't feel like Clem or Lily even really hate each other. So I don't feel like, even though they probably are going that antagonist route with her in this episode, I just feel like there will be some choices where you can actually get Lily over to Clem's side in a sense. And I feel like in the end, there will be some choices that maybe will make, even though they are going the antagonist route, I believe, that will be less antagonist kind of, more like anti-hero maybe. Okay, let's go with that. Yeah. All right, number 2, we're getting into the bold of the bold here. Sophie and Minnie are assimilated. Now, what do I mean by that? Sophie and Minnie, 10 sisters. If you guys recall, they were given to the Raiders by Marlon, and Sophie and Minnie are with the Raiders, I believe. So I think that they're going to be assimilated. Now, what do I mean by assimilated? Well, when I did my analysis of episode 2 trailer video, someone in the comments pointed out that the foot, as I said in the analysis, it looks like a child's foot. It doesn't look like an adult foot is on Clementine's neck. Someone pointed out, and I'm paraphrasing what they said, basically, that maybe that Sophie or Minnie are assimilated into the Raiders. They're completely assimilated, and that's one of their foot on Clementine. Imagine if Clementine tries to save them, then they capture her. Nah, we're with the Raiders. This is our group now. And I think that Sophie and Minnie are going to be like that. I think that they're going to get there, and Sophie and Minnie aren't going to be the Sophie and Minnie they remember. They're going to be part of the Raiders now. They're going to be completely entwined in the Raider culture, and they're going to be just one of the enemies, basically. That's what I think. All right, my number 1 bold prediction now about episode 2. You're going to have to choose between Violet and Lewis. And I mean death. It's been a while since we've had a Doug and Carly decision. The closest thing that came to it is season 2 between, I think, Nick and his uncle. Those were the closest things, but even that didn't match the whole Doug and Carly thing, because no matter what you chose with Nick and his uncle, Nick still lived and his uncle died. So I think we're going to get one more of those decisions where you have to choose between 1 or 2, and depending on who you choose, one will live and one will die. And the reason I picked Violet and Lewis, because I think those are the only 2 NPCs that the players care enough about that will actually make that decision hard. When people have to choose between saving Violet or saving Lewis, I think that's going to be so hard for some people, and that's why I think they're going to pick Violet and Lewis, because I don't see much other people in the school that really would be hard to choose from. If they had a Sim and Lewis, I don't see a lot of people choosing a Sim. I just don't. No offense to a Sim's character. He looks like a pretty cool NPC. No offense to a Sim's character, but I really don't see people choosing a Sim often if it was between a Sim and Lewis. I just really think Violet and Lewis are the 2 that the players care about enough that they're going to have to choose between who lives and who dies, whether it be Violet or Lewis. Anyway, what do you guys think? What are your predictions for this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you all.